swing to the top, and we'll stop there.
Okay.
Okay, so now what's happening first, all right? Your sequencing is just a little bit out of order.
Okay.
Okay, so now you are essentially starting your arms down,
right,
and then your hips are kind of following through.
Right.
Okay, so when our arms are in front of our body, what that tends to allow us to do is rotate that face shut. So our arms get in front of our body, and therefore it rotates that face shut, and then our lower body comes through after the fact, and then that's going to cause the face to be shut at impact, and that's going to cause the ball to go a little bit left. Okay. So what I want you to think of is a closed position coming into the ball. So essentially what we're trying to think of...
So you want me to feel like I'm doing this?
Yes. Well, essentially I want your shoulders to be closed as your hips start to open.
Oh, gotcha. So you want my shoulders behind everything.
Correct. All I want is your sequencing to get a little bit better. So I want hips and then shoulders. So this next swing, let's think hips and then shoulders.
All right.
Beautiful. Beautiful swing there. And that ball actually had a little tail to the right there. So, all right. Again like that. And now can you feel that sequencing? You can feel hips going and then shoulders following?
I can, but keep in mind I'm an old guy who's fat and I've gained some weight since I've had my current job.
Okay.
So that I won't lie, that might have been a little bit painful without having done it before.
All right, well we don't want to hurt you here.
No, I want to get hurt. No pain, no gain, right?
Okay, well it's not always that way, but
all right.
We'll live by that motto.
Wow.
Beautiful.
That one felt good.
Yeah.
Oh, this is liberating. I'd love that ball flight every time.
Beautiful, beautiful. How's that feeling?
No objections.
Okay.
I just got to remember not to use my lower body to do it, because that's my reactions. That I got to keep the lower body fine.
Yeah. And what I think you should do when you're setting up to this, just so you consciously make that move, you should first set up like you always do.
Right.
Don't try to set up in this new position. First set up like you always do with the shoulders closed, and then in your head go, hey, shoulders open, and then rotate those shoulders open.
Gotcha.
All right? That way we don't forget accidentally.
There's normal. Oh.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Now what the 7-ironer is going to do, obviously, it's going to keep it lower to the ground. You're going to get rolling like a putt a whole lot quicker. And for most people, maybe not yourself, for most people that's going to cause a little more consistency in the short game.
Mm-hmm. The most important part about putting is speed, from my perspective.
Yeah.
And being a feel putter, that's the only thing I want to feel in the golf course is where do I feel like the speed's going to be.
Okay.
After I pick the line. Once I pick the line, I forget it. You know, and on short putts, it's not that hard. I just get the club lined up on it.
Yeah.
On medium or lag putts, I get behind it, I figure out my line, I pick something that's relatively close to the ball as a marker, like a little blade of grass.
Okay.
Then I don't even think about the hole anymore. Now all I'm doing is going to hit that target and try to get the speed I felt in my practice strokes.
Perfect. So now in the sense we've made our target a whole lot smaller, and also it's going to allow us to focus on delivery speed as well.
Right.
That Hugh talked about. So for some putts that break hard to the left, now all of a sudden if you deliver the speed a little bit slower and break it in on that on that right edge, excuse me.
Right.
And the same going for an opposite putt. So now it'll show you how to change the speed and how changing the speed will allow you to deliver the ball into certain parts of the hole.
Understood.
All right, so this is kind of unique and a different one, and I've done it with a few players with some pretty good success. So, okay, well, let's start. All right, so first thing, and I'm going to bring the camera over here and show the viewers what we did. So the first thing that I did is we painted these blue lines here, and now what this is going to dictate, this is just going to give us a reference so we know where we want our path to go, and then we can talk about club face from that point. But I painted this here for Rich's reference so that we could really focus on our club path. Let's get you guys back here in the spot. Okay, let's get you lined up good. Another thing that we did, Rich, is we put a red stake there on the left, and we put a white stake on the right. That's another thing that we're going to use for reference as far as our path and where we want our ball to start and where we want our ball to finish. All right, so naturally you play a draw already. And so from what I saw, The draw that you've been playing is actually a club path that starts off straight. So our ball is starting straight to the target, and then it's curving to the left. So that means we got a path that's straight and a club face that's close. Now I'm playing fades. I'm not doing any more adjustments. I'm not focusing on path. I'm not focusing on anything. I'm focusing on the club face and what that's doing. That's the simplest way to move the golf ball left or right.
Okay.
You have a swing path that is perfectly straight.
Right.
And that is hard to obtain these days.
Well, right? I'm pretty darn good.
Yeah, I would say so. So this straight path is beautiful because now all we have to do is slightly open our club face or slightly close our club face in order for us to shape the ball.
Yeah, I have to think about too much, but I mean, obviously this is a course I've played before, and I wouldn't play competitively or for score anywhere I didn't scout it first.
Yeah.
Casual golf's different, but here, we got a medium length par 4, slightly on the long side. It's a downhill tee shot. There's really no trouble off the tee, but if you're too far left from this back tee pad, with my distance off the tee, I won't have a shot to the green without big tree trouble.
Okay.
So I definitely want to be middle of the fairway at worst case.
Yeah.
Maybe just slightly left of middle because that gets you a little bit closer to the hole the way the dog leg is.
All right.
But here, there's a 150 stick down there.
Yeah.
That's usually my aim point with
Okay.
no more than a 3-yard draw. If I feel like from the range warm up before I play this hole, I've got a bigger draw working that day.
Yeah.
I'll take my line out a little bit right of that.
Okay.
And of course I factor in the wind too, but
Yeah.
there's no wind right now.
Yeah.
So I don't need to worry about playing for some drifts or
Okay.
anything of that nature.
So you've. All right, Rich. So we now have ourselves a downhill par 3, kind of medium length. What would you get for yardage?
156.
156. Okay. So typically 156 kind of be in the go range for you. So we do have a hole location that's tucked back right. A lot of people in this situation, and say higher handicappers, they'd think, oh no, this flag is tucked in the back right. I got a bunker short, and I got a bunker to the right. I don't want to go long, and they start thinking about those negative things. But really in this situation, what you want to think is, I can't wait to get after this flag.
Well, it's a short iron, so that's one.
Yeah, exactly.
And, I like having some fun to the shot, so
yeah.
I'm going to aim 30 yards right at the green where I'd be short side over the bunker and hook it back in.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That's bad management. I wouldn't do that.
All right. So now
I'm going to take this right at it, try to hit straight, and that way if my draw kicks in, I'm still in the green.
Awesome. Okay, so mentally here you need to be thinking, hey, this is going to be a fun flag to get after.
Yes.
I can't wait to knock it close.
I agree.